Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Today I'm sharing with you a really fun patriotic 4th of July fruit flag with watermelon stars. And you can do this in a couple of different ways. This is perfect for Memorial Day weekend, Father's Day weekend, 4th of July, any kind of military family get-together celebration. I'm using watermelon, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, and some giant marshmallows that I have diced up. So I will put all of the ingredients and directions in the description below for you. And I'm going to start, basically I grabbed about 2 handfuls of these ginormous marshmallows and then I pulled them, I cut them into 4s. And I'm going to go ahead and make the outline of my flag because I need to hold in the little box for the blueberries and the, I guess you call them the stars. So I'm going to do an outline here. You could use mini marshmallows if you wanted to. I am making this one kind of in advance. If you're going to make and prepare this for your get-together kind of right away, like they're going to start eating it soon, you could totally use banana slices for the interior white. However, bananas will brown pretty easily, so I like to use marshmallows. The little kids really like the marshmallows anyways. I'm making sure that I am putting the sticky sides of the marshmallow towards the inside. And you can make this however big you want to. I got these trays off Amazon and I love them because they have the little handles. I have a sugar cookie fruit flag that is so fun. My kids absolutely love it. And it uses sugar cookie dough, or like a cookie on the bottom. And then you use a can of Ready Whip to spray all of the white. And the kids literally just kind of gobble it up. But I will link to that recipe for you. We've got all sorts of potluck, barbecue, camping, get-together style recipes, desserts, fruit salads, side dishes, the main course meals, grilling recipes, crock pot recipes that are easy to make and take along. Let's see, how big do I want to make the flag? That'll do it. Okay, I am going to do a combination of blackberries and blueberries in the corner here. I'm probably going to put the blackberries on the bottom and the blueberries on top. If you have little patriotic sprinkles, I should grab those and show you. There's little stars in them that you could totally put on top of here. And they're edible sprinkles. All right, so my main red parts in here are going to be a watermelon, but I'm going to do a row or 2 of strawberry as well. And I have diced up an entire bucket of watermelon. If you're looking for some ways to cut up watermelon, I will link to that video as well. Let's see. Need some kind of smaller pieces in here. Basically, you just line these up side by side and make your little rows. And then you have to add in more white for the red, white, and blue. Again, normally for this part on the inside, I would use banana slices, but it's going to be a little bit here before I serve this, and so I don't want the bananas to brown. I'm going to put strawberries in this next row. And then let's do some more watermelon. This little guy's tiny. Let's add another one on top here. Oh, I forgot the white. I was like, why is that uneven? Add those marshmallows in. I really like this one for if you have smaller kids because it's really just easy grab finger food. Cut up a couple more marshmallows here. Actually, I might just tear them apart. It's just as easy. Actually, let's swap that guy around. Perfect. I would say this probably uses about half a bag of the giant marshmallows. So if you're camping, there's leftover marshmallows for s'mores. Speaking of s'mores, you guys, I have an awesome s'mores bar recipe that your kids will probably love also. You can put that in a tin and cook it over your campfire. All right. Well, I have strawberries left, so let's go ahead and add strawberries to the bottom. And then I'm going to take my stars, we're going to put them right across the top. Just like that. And that makes for a super easy, fun, kid-friendly finger food fruit flag. Thank you all so much for watching this recipe. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you get notified every time we have a new recipe up for you. I love doing family-friendly recipes. We'll see you guys next time. Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Friends, today we're doing a fun summer dessert. We're making it patriotic, but you can totally leave the sprinkles out or change up your sprinkles. Make it however you want. You could even add some food coloring to give it a seasonal or a themed color. We're doing cake batter dip today. I'm gonna dunk some vanilla wafers in or do some cookies. So good. Shortbread is amazing with this cake batter dip. I am starting with a white Pillsbury cake mix. I put the mix into a bowl, a good sized bowl, because we're gonna mix in the other ingredients. I'm going to put all of it in the description below for you so you can refer to that if you need to. And we are going to do 2 cups of vanilla yogurt right on in. So we have 1 cup. Now I have let my tub of whipped topping, my Cool Whip, thaw out so it is softened because we want to be able to mix it well. This little dessert recipe is just fun for any time in the spring and the summer. It's fun for a nice after school snack. Okay, there is our 2nd cup of yogurt, and we are going to add in 2 tablespoons of milk. All right, we're adding in 2 tablespoons of milk. 1, 2. Then we're going to open up our Cool Whip topping. We're going to put all of it in. We want 8 ounces of Cool Whip. We're gonna very gently and carefully mix this all together. Go slow, but you wanna do a really good job of mixing it well. All right, we're gonna grab our patriotic sprinkles. I've got red, white, and blue. We're gonna mix these in. I have some stars to add to the top. All right, let's get our serving dish and our vanilla wafers. All right, we're gonna scrape this all into our serving bowl. I like to use a bowl that's easy to put back into the fridge. You can definitely use like a Rubbermaid with a seal tight lid. This does make a lot. It's definitely a crowd style dessert. Right, we'll add our star sprinkles to the top. Grab some vanilla wafers. There we go. We have delicious Patriotic Cake Batter Dip. Goes great with vanilla wafers, cookies, shortbread. Super easy. Kids are gonna love it. Perfect summer treat. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time. Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We are doing a sugar cookie fruit pizza. My kids love this. I'm doing mine patriotic theme today. I like to make these for Memorial Day weekend. Perfect for grilling. Also, sometimes when we do like bonfires, and it's a great treat when you've got a lot of kids coming over. Do it for 4th of July, of course. We're gonna use strawberries, we're gonna use blueberries, we're gonna use some Ready Whip, of course, sugar cookies, maybe some cherries, and let's get cracking here. Okay, I'm going to cut. So you can totally get away with just using one sugar cookie dough package. If you want, I am gonna go ahead and use 2. So it depends. I would say one of these for a flag will make, let me show you real quick, you guys. It's the size of my baking dish. And I would say one will make about half of it. So I'm going to use 2. I'm gonna cut these open, pop out the cookie dough here. I am using parchment paper on my flat baking dish because it makes it super easy to transfer it over to a serving tray or storage container when it is all done. All right, we're gonna put the cookie dough out here. I am going to use a rolling pin and kind of smush my cookie dough out just a little bit. There we go. And I am going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees, probably for about 12 to 15 minutes. You want your sugar cookie base to be firm, but not overbaked. My sugar cookie dough base is baking. I'm going to slice up my strawberries. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you're returning, thank you. If you're new, hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time we have a new recipe that we share. I do all sorts of breakfast, lunches, dinners, family-friendly style foods, country style cooking, and I love to bake. And I like to use herbs and veggies from my garden. Let's see here. It's a pretty big flag cookie that I am doing. But I was thinking of also using a couple of cherries. Maybe we'll just do strawberries today. If you're looking for another fun, like potluck style dessert, we did some s'mores bars a few weekends ago. Kids loved them. Super easy to make. All right, our sugar cookie base has baked and I have let it cool, and you can see here that using that parchment paper makes it super easy to transfer from your baking pan onto a serving tray that you can put into the refrigerator. All right, so again, you can use whichever fruits you want. I am making mine patriotic themed, so I'm going to do a flag, an American flag, it's not like super spot on. Okay, this is for kids and they don't really pay attention. They're just like, ooh, yum, fruits, Ready Whip, and sugar cookie. That's all they think about, and sprinkles. So make sure that you shake your Ready Whip really, really well. You can use Cool Whip, friends. I have totally taken a tub of Cool Whip, let it soften, spread the whole thing out on top, kind of like a frosting. That's kind of really fun. The kids kind of like that too. And I'm gonna take my Ready Whip here and I'm gonna do the outside corner. And then I'm gonna make a section here for my blueberries. And I'm actually gonna just fill it in here just a little bit. And we're gonna put our blueberries right inside the corner here. Just like so. And then we are going to line the whole outside of our cookie. All right, and then we are gonna grab our fruit and we are just gonna start lining it up. Making rows of red, making rows of white, making rows of blue. And you can do this however you want to. I'm gonna do, actually let's flip these over. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. The kids are gonna gobble this up so fast, they honestly don't care at all. Let's throw a little strawberry on here. Then we need white. Then we need a layer of blue. This is a fun dessert to let your kids help out with also, if you can keep them from eating all of the whipped cream out of the can. My kids love the whipped cream, so. Be sure to check out our playlist of side dishes and desserts, but I also have some phenomenal grilling recipes and like marinades. I love to do homemade marinade recipes. I have got some amazing ribs in the slow cooker. You could totally do it in your row of cherries. You could totally use some maraschino cherries, which are a little bit redder. If your kids are helping out and you're using fresh cherries, y'all keep an eye on them because the red juice, of course, will stain any white clothes that they have on. I have got a great ribs marinade recipe, perfect for the slow cooker or the smoker. I've got a delicious burger sauce, homemade burger sauce. We've got meatballs, and we have, what do we have? All sorts of marinades for chicken and pork, glazes. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the spots that need a little bit more Ready Whip. I always wait to the end because you wanna make sure that you have enough for the whole thing. And then I do little dollops of white on top of the blueberries because it makes like a little star shape. Makes it a little bit fun. Actually, let's add another blueberry or two in here. All right, and then if you have, woo! Okay, if you have some patriotic sprinkles like I do, you can totally add some of these as well. I have a few stars, so I'm gonna go probably down the middle one here, or just kind of randomly add them. All right, you guys, here is our patriotic sugar cookie fruit flag, perfect for Memorial Day or 4th of July, or even the birthday of a loved one who is a service member. Thank you all so much for watching today. We will see you all next time. Be sure to share this one with your family and friends because it's super fun and everybody really enjoys it. Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Today we are doing a patriotic poke cake Yum, I'm all about the desserts. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining us again today. We have all sorts of recipes here at In the Kitchen with Grace. A lot of them are mostly healthy, except for when it comes to desserts, guys. We go all in with dessert. I am going to start this poke cake with a Betty Crocker vanilla super moist cake mix. Just put it right on in, and I have egg whites here in the bowl. Now, if you're going to use store-bought eggs, use 4 egg whites. If you can get the container, the little carton of egg whites, totally fine. Use the equivalent measurement amount for 4 egg whites that it says on the carton. I'm using farm fresh eggs. I actually had one really large egg, which gave me a lot of extra egg whites. So I'm using 3 egg whites for my farm fresh eggs today. Pour it right in. Gonna grab some canola oil. And, oh, where's my measuring cup? We want 1/2 cup of canola oil. Perfect. And we're gonna give this a nice mix. I was sitting here thinking about our poke cake. We're doing patriotic, so it's gonna be red, white, and blue. And picking out the red and the blue Jello to make the little colors. We did cherry cheesecake brownies not that long ago that were delicious. And honestly, I got to thinking as just a few minutes ago, I was like, I love chocolate. Basically, I like all desserts, but I love chocolate and my husband does not, which works in my favor. But I was thinking, is there such thing as a chocolate poke cake? I was like, what if you did cheesecake in the poke holes of a chocolate cake mix? Or like a chocolatey syrup, like a devil's food cake with a chocolatey syrup in the poke holes? I don't even know if that's a thing, but I just thought of it, that it sounded really delicious. Okay. We got the eggs kind of mixed in. I'm gonna grab my buttermilk here, and we want to use a whole cup of buttermilk. Love to do baking with buttermilk, pancakes and biscuits and breads and all the yummy things. Okay. I'm using a 1/2 cup measuring spoon, so that's why I did 2. We're gonna mix that in. See how that buttermilk kind of fluffied this all up nice? Kind of whipped it up. Right, I'm gonna go grab my baking dish. I got the oven warmed up to 350 degrees. I've pre-sprayed my dish. We're gonna pour our cake mix right on in. Basically, we're gonna bake the cake now. Smooth that out. Oh gosh, it smells so good with the buttermilk and the vanilla. Kind of always wanted to open up a bakery, but even though I get up early in the mornings, I'm a slow goer until about an hour after I've had my coffee. I don't know if I could get up at 4 in the morning to do a bakery. Sounds fun. Okay, let's put that in the bowl. We're gonna go bake this fully, completely, until it's all the way cooked through, and we'll go from there. So the cake itself is done baking, and I have it setting out to cool. I have the Cool Whip for the topping thawing, and we're gonna go over to the stove now and do the Jello water that we are going to pour into our poke holes here in a little bit. So because I'm doing 2 different colors, red and blue, I have 2 different small pots going. I have a cup of water in each. They're on medium heat. I'm going to kind of let them come to a little bit of a boil, not quite, and then we're going to pour in our packets of Jello. Got strawberry and berry blue. And then we are going to stir these kind of slowly, gently for about 2 minutes. And at the 2-minute mark, we're going to mix in half a cup of cold water. If you're looking for some other patriotic style recipes, things you can make for your family get-togethers for Memorial Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, we have a sugar cookie fruit flag, a regular fruit flag tray. We've got burger sauce, lots of side dish recipes. They're easy to make. We got s'mores bars for another dessert. We've got watermelon fajita salad, honey lime fruit salad, so good. Lots of options for you here at Fields of Grace, all sorts of recipes we got. If you aren't already following us on Pinterest, go over there in the Kitchen with Grace 1. There's a little strawberry icon where I have all of our recipes pinned and saved for you, so you can save them and come back to them when you're ready to use them. We're also over on Facebook. I give you sneak peeks usually a couple times a week of upcoming recipes that we will be doing videos here on the YouTube channel for. We're on Instagram as too, but I'm not over there as much. We own a catering business, so I do all the social media office work for that, so it keeps me busy. All right, it's been about 2 minutes, so we'll go ahead, turn the stove off. We're gonna add the cold water to each. Give that a stir, remove it from the stove, or from the hot burner, I should say. All right, we're gonna head back over to our cake and start poking some holes. So I'm just using the handle end of the spoon, poke a whole bunch of holes. This is fun for the kids. If they want to help out, let them poke all the holes. I'm gonna let this cool for another couple of minutes. And while that is continuing to cool, before we put our Jello on in, I'm going to go ahead and grab a bowl. We're gonna open up our Cool Whip topping. Now, a lot of recipes say you only need 1 tub, but I feel like that really doesn't cover the whole cake very well. So I use 1.5 to 2 tubs of Cool Whip. If you want to, depending on what kind of poke cake you're making, like I have done an Irish poke cake before, and I did some green food coloring in the frosting. You could totally add some red or blue food coloring to this, but I actually have patriotic sprinkles, so I am going to use those and sprinkle them on top. Keep my Cool Whip topping white, and mine's still just slightly frozen, so I'm kind of breaking it up a little bit. We're gonna let this sit out for a couple more minutes, and it should be thawed enough to be spreadable. All right, let's go grab our Jello. We'll give it a stir here. I'm gonna go very slowly because I don't want it in all the holes. I'm ready to start with my Jello colors here. I'm going to use a big tablespoon here. And I don't want it in all the holes because, again, we got to use the blue as well. So I'm kind of going here in a few places. You could do swirls, diagonals. I mean, you could really do every other one. And I actually like to go back over the same holes twice to really make sure that coloring gets in there. Because we're going to put this in the fridge and it's going to cool, and that Jello will kind of cool down in there. All right, I'm gonna go grab the blue. Okay, I am gonna put this in the fridge. We're gonna let it cool down really, really well because you don't wanna put the Cool Whip topping on top when the cake is the slightest bit warm, because then it will just melt your Cool Whip topping. Cake in the fridge, finishing cooling down completely. I have a box of vanilla Jello pudding mix, and we are gonna add this to our Cool Whip topping. I've never really figured out why we do this. It's just the way that, you know, Grandma always makes it. So that's what we do. Oh boy, flinging it everywhere. My daughter really likes to do this part, mostly because she likes to literally take spoonfuls of the Cool Whip and eat it. Are your kids that way? My daughter took that can of the Ready Whip from the sugar cookie fruit flag dessert that we made, and she literally ate it straight out of the can. We are gonna start slathering Cool Whip topping on. I just heap it on, friends, because it's yummy. Use the back of the spoon to spread it out. I mean, this is celebration cake, so we're layering on the Cool Whip topping pretty thick because, well, we're already going to overindulge anyway, so it's all good. Our patriotic sprinkles. You could totally do fruit flag on top as well. You could do like blueberries in the corner, and then like strawberries or cherries or little watermelon pieces for the red stripes. I'm just gonna go super easy today, and we're gonna do sprinkles. And I have some stars. And then we have regular red, white, and blue sprinkles. I picked these up at Aldi's, friends, or Walmart, so there we go. And we have our Patriotic Jello poke cake. Cannot wait to eat this. It's gonna be yummy. Again, we are doing this with burgers, homemade burger sauce. We have regular watermelon, mojito watermelon salad, some pasta salad, like my rainbow macaroni salad, and this for dessert. So thank you all so much for joining us today. I know your family's gonna love this one. Once you get that basic poke cake recipe down, you can make one of these for every holiday season and occasion you can think of.